Even though I work with a lot of people who have disabilities, who have cancer and various other problems, my speciality is not the physical side of the body. My speciality is your right brain. Now I know today you have listened to lots and lots of talk that is all focused on your left brain. That is facts, information, figures, operations, how it's done, and all of those things are true. But you know, Inayat Khan said, the secret of life is balance, and the absence of balance is life's destruction. And so what that really means, in my terminology, is that we need to strike a balance between left brain and right brain. And so right brain has to do with hope, faith, imagination, visualization, all our creative powers. Because the two of them actually work together. And I mean, truthfully, if the doctors were here today to listen to what I have to say, I would have no fear of saying what I want to say right now. Mind and body is one thing. You cannot separate your mind from your body. Where your mind goes, your body follows. And so what that really means is that anybody who is dealing with any problem, I really don't care whether it is career-oriented, relationship-oriented, or health-oriented. We have to understand that mind and body work together. They are one thing. And it has everything to do with how we think and the thoughts that we entertain in our minds. And so specifically, I just want to share this with you. When I work with cancer patients, it's probably the first thing I say to them. I always say to them, cancer can be your teacher, or it can be the Grim Reaper. You choose. And then they go, what does that mean? And I always say to them, it has everything to do with how you think. Because I fundamentally believe that we are all incredibly powerful beings. Incredibly powerful. The problem in our world is that we have been so conditioned to forget what the power of the mind truly is. And I want to say something else about that. You know, you've heard a lot of medical information today, and is it valid? Of course it's valid. These people know what they're talking about. They do a lot of research, and they are here to help you. But fundamentally, whether we are able to move forward in life, whether it is career, relationship, or health that we're dealing with, depends entirely on our attitude. You know, on what level are we able to cooperate with the physicians, and on what level are we able to actually take charge? Because, you know, I have another fundamental belief, and that is, when it comes to self-improvement, all help that we get fundamentally converts right back to self-help again. And do you want to know why? Because nobody can do the work on your behalf. I listened to a great deal of what the doctors said while I was here today, and it struck me that it doesn't matter how much they do to help their patients. The attitude of the patient is crucial. To heal, your attitude has to be in the right place. Now I want to say something to you else about this. Sorry. You know, very often people say to me, okay, so, you know, what is the next thing that I should do so that I can move forward? You know, what book should I read? Seminar should I go to, or workshop should I attend? And my answer to them is always very simple. That which is before you right now, you have to deal with that first. Whether you're going through a divorce, whether you're struggling with a health issue or the career issue, that is the issue that you should deal with. Because if you don't deal with that particular thing, you do not move forward. You see, there are three legs to it, the triangle of the human existence that we have to do. We have to accomplish that before we even begin to evolve spiritually. And that is, we have to have a solid moral base. We have to have a solid mental base. Now, the moral base is self-explanatory. The mental base is we have to begin to do our own thinking and not rely on other people to give us information. And then the third one is we have to develop a very solid emotional base. And you know, very often when we are dealing with an illness, it is the emotional base that becomes eroded. So, how can we as human beings learn some basic things to help us move forward in this world? Now, you know, Hermes Trismegistus, as far back as 172 years before Christ, he's the first person that figured out that there is a set of principles, there are basic laws that operate in our world. And we cannot get away from that. Whether you know it or believe it is irrelevant, because they operate all of the time. And what they do, and this is the important thing, is they manage the consequences of human behavior. Very interesting. When you say that to people, sometimes they look at you as though you have two heads. Like, where do you come from? What does that mean? So I'm going to give you, I'm going to run them down for you. There's 6 of them that are really, really important for us to understand, especially if we want to heal. Especially then. And then I'm just going to pay attention to one, because we don't have time to go through all of them. But when you hear what they are, you will understand how crucial it is for us not to only know them, but to learn to apply them in our own lives. And so the first of these principles or laws is called the law of control. Now, the law of control basically states that which you feel positive about, you are also in control of. That which you feel negative about, you are out of control of. Now, just take that statement for just a brief second and consider health. Consider the way that you observe your own particular condition, whatever that may be. Do you think positively about that, or do you think negatively about that? Because the law of control is the take-off point, pardon me, of all change. You get this one wrong, you get them all wrong. Now, in popular idiom, that law can be converted to, is your glass half full or is your glass half empty? See this glass? It's exactly half full. Or is it half empty? How do you see it? And that is the takeoff point of any change that we want to affect in our lives. You have to be able to feel positive about it. Now, there's a lot more to say about it, but I'm not going to go into that right now. There isn't time. The second one is the law of belief. You have to be able to believe like a child. Have you all heard that expression? Children have that ability to believe absolutely unconditionally. Like if you say to your kids, I'm taking you to Disney World this summer, what do they say? Do they say, do you have the money? Do you have vacation time at your disposal? Do they say that? No. They just take off. They become excited and they can't wait for that day to come. The third one is the law of expectation. And the law of expectation and the law of belief actually go hand in hand. Because what the law of expectation says, that we tend to get what we expect. And when we say we expect something, we also believe that it is going to happen. Is that not true? Think about that. Now, who is there who hasn't heard of the famous or infamous law of attraction, especially after Oprah ran it as a program on her television show? Now, the law of attraction is very, very real. Very, very real. But it is not a single magical thing that stands by itself. It works together with all of the other laws. And it doesn't mean that you just get to focus on something once or twice and it will magically happen. There is some hard work involved in that. Then there's the law of cause and effect. I'm sure you've all heard about that. That action equals reaction. How does that convert to our language here today? Well, it depends on how you think about your condition, the things that you say, the attitudes that you have, the people that you talk to. In general, your expectation about what the outcome is going to be. Because do you know what a miracle truly is? Miracles happen when human beings begin to understand natural law and then apply it in their lives. Right? That's when miracles happen. And the last of these laws is called the law of correspondence, which means as within, so without, as above, so below. What does that mean for us today? This as within, so without. Well, that means whatever the majority of thoughts are that you are harboring inside of you about your condition, your ability to heal or to improve significantly, those thoughts will manifest externally as your reality. Just like an oak tree grows from a small acorn to become a massive, beautiful tree, the same way we grow to demonstrate to the outside world what is going on inside of us. Let me tell you something that I fundamentally believe. I believe that we have all signed up for the most intensive self-help course there is. It is called life. And what we do with it depends on how much we understand about the process. I believe that we can do magnificent things. I have seen patients literally create miracles. And I know that that power is in each one of us. Thank you. I'm just wondering if we can just have the lights dimmed at the back. So what we're going to do now is a guided meditation. Yeah, now I can't see. I haven't got my X-ray eyes here. Yeah. Can you just have the pot lights on? Is that possible, Karen? No? And I wonder if we can also, is it possible to close that door? Is that okay, like that? All right. Yeah, I'm fine. Okay. All right, so what I would like for you to do is to get yourself into a comfortable position, comfortable as you possibly can be, without falling asleep. And then if you would just close your eyes and follow along on our journey together. Okay, I'll just wait for a few people to take their seats and then we'll go. Close your eyes and make yourself comfortable and just relax completely. And now just begin to focus your attention on your breathing. And as you breathe rhythmically in and out, in and out, I want you to forget about anything that happened today or yesterday. Forget about tomorrow and what you have to do that day, the chores waiting for you, or who you have to speak to, and just relax your body completely and deeply. Each breath you draw in transports oxygen to every cell of your body, and every time you exhale, you release stress, pain, and anxiety. And as you stay with the process of rhythmic breathing, feel how your ability to let go becomes easier, and you feel yourself gently beginning to drift away, safely, comfortably, easily. Stay with your breathing. Focus all your attention on just breathing in and out, in and out. I'm going to count down now from 5 to 1, and on each beat of the count, you will drift deeper and deeper into a state of complete relaxation, ultimately bringing you to a place of complete comfort and joy and safety within the boundaries of your subconscious mind, where absolutely everything is possible. 5, going down deeper and deeper. 4, deeper and deeper down. 3, feelings of weightlessness. 2, deeper still. And 1, very deep now, and very relaxed. I want you to imagine that you're standing on the beach of a very still lake. It is dark outside, and you are completely alone. You're not sure what you're doing here, yet you sense something very extraordinary is about to happen. You look up into the dark sky and notice the heaven up there, strewn with stars, as if someone had carelessly dropped a bag of magnificent jewels on his way through the universe, not stopping to pick up a single one. But each one shines brighter and more dazzling than the next. Then you notice the bright full moon balancing above the horizon, painting a golden pathway across the mirror surface of the water, all the way from afar towards you where you're standing. And then suddenly you see something else. For a moment you blink your eyes and then you look again. Yes, what you see is really there. Right in the middle of the lake, there is a big ladder rising from the surface of the water and reaching into the soft, fluffy clouds above it, looking like a massive bundle of cotton wool perched atop the ladder. It is a very unusual sight to behold, and for just a moment you are undecided about what to do. But then it seems logical. There are the stars, the moon, the still lake, and the ladder. You're standing at the side of the lake, but the ladder seems to invite you to come towards it. And then you don't hesitate anymore and carefully put a foot out to test the water. And to your amazement, it firmly holds your weight. And then you put out another foot, and miraculously, you are standing lightly on the surface of the water, while small ripples widen out, moving further and further away from you. Then you no longer wonder about it. You don't question the experience that you're having, and you begin to stride lightly, comfortably across the surface of the lake, making your way towards the ladder. You sense that the stars are watching. The moon is smiling, and you feel a wonderful, invigorating energy surge through your body, as if you know you're about to experience something breathtaking, something magical. At the foot of the ladder, you stop for a brief moment, but then, boldly now, you put your hands on either side of the vertical poles and begin to hoist yourself step by step up the ladder, filled with anticipation, hope, and expectation that a magnificent event is already in progress and getting more intriguing by the moment as you climb higher and higher. At the top rung of the ladder, where it disappears into the clouds, you stop again, this time allowing the clouds to swirl about your head, breathing in the coolness and softness, the comfort, the mystery of it all. You take one look down to the surface of the lake, and what meets your eyes is a scene of peace and tranquility, a sign of encouragement for you to continue on your mystical journey. Then you step off the ladder and into the clouds, and as you land softly amongst the rolling waves of soft light, you hear a voice speaking. For a split second, you are not sure who it might be, but then you recognize it as your own voice, but this time coming from somewhere in the clouds. How is this possible? You muse to yourself. But then you no longer question anything and decide to participate with enthusiasm and complete joy. Look up, the voice says to you, and notice the golden ball of light amongst the clouds. You look up and then you see it, wondering how you could have missed it in the first place. Now pull that ball of light into your body by simply imagining it drifting down and then entering your body at the crown of your head. You smile and do as suggested. You imagine the ball coming closer and closer, and then you draw the ball of golden light to the top of your head and allow it to enter through your crown. The moment you feel the light entering your head, it sends ripples of incredible energy through your entire body that lifts you off your feet and allows you to drift gently amongst the clouds. What now? You wonder out loud to yourself. But here you realize The answers come easily and effortlessly for you, for the voice communicating with you is the voice of your higher self, the one that is connected to everything in the entire universe. But now the ball of light has entered your mind and has begun to communicate with your nervous system. The brilliant energy spreads to your skeletal system and muscles and begin to relax all the big bundles of muscles that allow you to move, to the smallest ones that give you the opportunity to express yourself through laughter or sadness, or just adds expression to your face. As you gently float about in the clouds, you notice that you are feeling an internal power that you have never been conscious of, but now realize has always been present in your body. And that thought alone fills you with boundless joy and anticipation for what might else happen in this magical, mystical place. Now this brilliant ball of golden light enters your circulatory system and endocrine system and begins to balance it from the pineal gland to the adrenal glands, and gently releases all the tension in your hormonal system, bringing your body into balance and opening up a channel of insight for you to have deep compassion for yourself and to understand your personal journey, the path that you have chosen to walk on this earth. As you drift about in the clouds, filled with this brilliant golden light, you feel how your immune system is cleared from all toxins. And you watch with astonishment this dazzling light wash through your lymph nodes, your blood vessels, and your spleen. And then you realize a wonderful thing. Right now, in this magical spiritual place, suspended in golden light in a cloud in the sky, you are being given a vision of what perfect health feels and looks like, and it is stamped on your memory forever. Now you feel the light infusing your skeleton and strengthening it. Feel how it washes through your entire immune system, clearing it, empowering it, rejuvenating it. Finally, the ball of golden light moves purposely down into your chest cavity, fills your heart, expanding its capacity for love and understanding. Then it moves into your lungs, and again you feel the brilliant expansion and renewal. And slowly, slowly, it begins to drift down into your liver, your stomach, your kidneys, your pancreas, your bladder. Every organ of your body is being washed and bathed in this brilliant but soft golden ball of light that now begins to gently whirl its way towards your legs, your knees, your ankles, your feet, and your toes. Then, as it reaches your toes, you look down and watch and wonder how all the stress, anxiety, fear, uncertainty, pain, discomfort drains from the tips of your toes and begins to pour in 10 dark streams down through the clouds to disappear into the darkness of the lake far, far below. When the final cleansing is done, you find yourself standing at the place where you entered in the clouds. Then you feel the ball of golden light withdraw, and retreat back to the place that it was before you engage with it. You realize that it is time to go. But when you look down at your body, you notice the soft golden hue that the ball of light had left behind. And then you know that this is a reminder for you of your internal power, a reminder that hope is always present, a reminder to remain grateful and appreciative of all the good things in your life. And finally, a reminder that everything that we experience on earth has a purpose, and that someday we will understand fully what we now only understand partially. You also know that you can return to this place in the sky anytime that you want to, for here all things are possible. I'm going to count back now from 1 to 5, bringing you back to normal waking consciousness. You will come back easily and delightfully, retaining the memory of your experience in the clouds, now and forever. This is a place that you can come back to any time that you choose to. 1. Begin coming back now. 2. Coming back more and more, easily coming back. 3. Become aware of the room around you. Move your fingers, wiggle your toes. 4. Breathe in deeply. Breathe in wakeful energy. And at the count of 5, open your eyes and be here.